walking off the job or down the street or something, and they start talking to me, and I would talk to them because that's who I am, and I would just say, well, I have a husband, I have 6 kids and a mortgage. Now, if you can handle that, come on, we could talk, we could go out, the three of us, we could have a good time. So that was my shutdown for them, you know.
And Daddy, how will you shut down the ladies?
I have a look that I can look at people and I guess sort of let them know that what they are proposing is disgusting, you know, because I don't believe in fooling around at all, you know. I've done my running around and I've done my fooling around, and when I got married, it was all of that was gone, you know. Even though there were opportunities, you know, it's just not something that I can even see doing. You know, I can't picture myself presenting myself and engaging with someone else in any type of sexual relationship. And I'll just tell people straight off, look, I'm married and I don't fool around. That's all I have to say. I'm married and I don't fool around. And sometimes you tell a person that you're married and they'll look at you and say, yeah, but are you happily married?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Women know how to get to men. And women have an art form that they can use to take a man from another woman, you know, by offering him things, no strings attached, we can do this and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And it becomes enticing. And if a man is weak, a man has no true morals, then a man can fall for it, you know. But I have morals, I have my faith, I have my religion, and I let that be the glue that's going to keep us together. I remember my vows. I will not go in any other direction.
I remember one morning about 3 o'clock in the morning, some little kid called. We were married, and we were about a year or two into our marriage, and some little kid called and said they wanted to speak to their daddy. Remember?
Yeah.
So
that was someone playing games, trying to disrupt our relationship.
So one of his old girlfriends. So I politely said, honey, daddy's sleeping right now. You have to call back in the morning. Mm-hmm. And that was that. Yeah, I think in the very beginning, when you first meet someone, I think you should have a conversation without being a conversation in neutral ground, not nobody's house, not after you made love, not after you're like oh, you know, I gotta have this person. No, you just sit down and you say, look, what are you looking for in life? What are you looking to get out of life? Mm-hmm. What are you looking for in a person? You know, what does a person have to have? What, you know, like some women it's money, you know, some women it's romance, you know. I think you need to just, no matter what it is, I think you need to sit down, talk to that person, tell them what your likes and your dislikes are, ask them what their likes and their dislikes are. That's what I did to Daddy in the very beginning. After we had that lunch, we went to the park close to the house, not in the house. We went to the park close to the house. And I said, look, what are you looking for in a relationship, you know? And I told him, you know, like, I don't like anybody that drinks. I'm not going to be with a person that drinks. I'm not going to be with a person that calls me out of my name. I'm not going to be with a person that does drugs. You know, you have to work because I'm going to work and do my share in the relationship. What else did I say, honey? I don't cook.
But she does cook, and she cooks good. I think we had a conversation last time when I was talking about her cooking and her cooking chicken, and how I told her how much I love the way that she cooked chicken, and she just cooked chicken for me continually. And I ate so much chicken, I even mentioned that I thought I was growing wings, you know.
But I think that that's very important. Instead of just jumping into the relationship, I think you should first find out the person that you're interested in, and that person should find out about you, the person that they're interested in. I think that is so important because if they're honest, then you can either eliminate them or say, okay, I can work with this, or this is pretty good. This is going to work for me. But I think if you don't have that initial conversation about your wants, your likes, and your dislikes, I think you're setting yourself up for kind of like issues.
Yeah, because you're going to just run into roadblock after roadblock. You need to have that conversation and you need to set goals. Because if you don't have goals in your relationship, you're just going to wander this way and then wander that way. And it's going to just cause stress in your life. You can take a strong bar, and if you take that bar and you twist it this way, and then you twist it that way, and you twist it this way, and twist it that way, you're going to break that bar. And that's the same thing with a relationship that doesn't have a goal. You're going to twist this way, twist that way, twist this way, and then your relationship is going to be broken. So you have to have goals. You have to set those goals. And there has to be a point of time where you actually have another conversation to see if you're heading towards those goals. So without goals, you're setting yourself up for a fall.
And being honest.
And being honest. And I think another important thing is don't come into the relationship thinking, oh, this person drinks, so I'm going to stop him or her from drinking. Oh, this person smoke. I'm going to stop him or her from smoking because they want me so much that they're going to stop this habit that they have. Or, oh, they, whatever, drugs, whatever, profanity, whatever it is. You come into the relationship thinking, oh, that's not going to be an issue because I'm just going to say I don't like it and it's going to stop. These are habits that people have had over years, and coming into a relationship isn't going to just make that habit go away. Some people can do it. Some people can say, okay, I want this I never knew that Daddy liked to drink. Okay, and it was years later that his sister Diane said to me, oh, he drank all of the time, So he never did that with me. So, and I think that was because in the initial meeting or conversation, I told him, that's a deal breaker for me. There is no compromise there, that's just a deal breaker. Drugs, deal breaker for me. Smoking, deal breaker for me. There's too much secondhand smoke going around. I don't want to die. I'm killing myself doing something else, working, So I think it's important to have that conversation and to know that you cannot change anyone but yourself. You cannot change your partner. You cannot change your mate. I think there's a book called The Love Language. Find out what your partner's love language is. My partner's love language is affirmation. My love language is contact and yeah. I like touchy-feely, kissy stuff, like a romantic. So you need to find out your partner's love language and try to just be whatever it is that you think you can be for that person.
Yeah, and while she was talking and saying that, she didn't want a person that smokes or a person that drinks or even a violent person, those are some of the things that I had wanted to change in myself. And when she was saying it, I was like, oh, wow, this is great. Oh, wow, this is great. Because I had wanted to stop drinking, because I was drinking all of the time and smoking, and I had done everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Because you figure 8 years in the military, 4 years in the Marines, and then 4 years in the Navy, going overseas, doing all sorts of things,
With those women.
With those women and with drugs and with alcohol. There was this one particular time. Where was I? I was in Egypt at this particular time. And wherever you go, I don't care what the laws are, you can always find a place where they're doing drugs or where they're drinking. Even if their religion and their faith says that they shouldn't be doing it, you can always find the ghetto You know, you can always find the hangout where people are doing things. And so me and my friends, we found these people, and they were smoking this hash, you know. And I used to like to smoke hash and marijuana, and they had this hash, and we smoked it. It was the best hash we ever had. At least we thought it was the best hash we ever had. Come to find out, it was dried camel dung. But when you in the mindset of wanting to get high, you can set your mind up for anything, and that is exactly what we did. I mean, if we hadn't found out what it was, you know, we would have went back and said, yeah, man, we had some good but, you know, and in fact, that's exactly what it was. You know, it was some good you know, dried camel dung. But they were smoking it, we smoked it, we had fun, but I had wanted to stop all of that. I wanted to stop all of the drugs. I wanted to stop smoking, stop drinking. You know, I think in our relationship, I think I had 2 rum and cokes throughout our whole relationship. But the hardest thing for me to get rid of was beer. I didn't get rid of beer until 1988. We've been married for like 8 years, you know, but it just took me that long to get to a point where I could just stop it. Because anytime I wanted to stop something, I did a cold turkey. You know, I just did a cold turkey, bang, I'm stopping, that's it. And it came to a time we were at a church picnic. I had these 2 tall cans of Colt 45 that I had them in a brown paper bag. And I was going to be drinking it. And then I was saying to myself, why am I doing this? You know, why am I doing this? In fact, why am I doing this at a church setting? You know? So it was like, I'm doing something that I know is wrong for my body and it's wrong for my morals. And here I am lying to myself, trying to hide what I'm drinking in a paper bag. So I stopped. I had 2 cans left. When we came home, I gave 1 to my nephew and 1 to my brother. And I've never picked up another one since. And that was in 1988.
So she made you better.
She helped me make me better, you know, because I think that's important also. Because like she was saying, you can't change anyone. And sometimes when you're trying to force yourself or force a change on a person, that person is going to resist it to a point. But this was something that I had wanted to do anyway. And so it's like she helped me change.
She brought the best out in you.
Yes.
How romantic. Well, thank you both again for all of these words of wisdom. And we look forward to hearing from you more.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Love you both.
Love you.
Okay, love you too.